Hello guys, it's me Gleff back again here with another video. Some time ago I got Deca to share one of my videos about the top 10 bows in RotMG, and they teased in that community post that there might be a change to the tiered bows. And now Nigel has come out on Reddit with a bow leak for an upcoming change of them, and it's a total rework on all the tiered bows, and this is going to be a very fun video to look at the changes. Not everything is set in stone, this is a leak, but it contains sprites and some stats and how the new tiered bows will work, and I'm looking forward to it at least. So check out my 4,000 gold giveaway down in the description. It's ending in about 2 weeks, and be sure to enter it with the in-game name down below in that video. Let's dive into the bow change now. But there were also a post some days ago that was called Major Balance Changes, and it was also leaked by Nigel. So it's a long document with rebalances, and let's go through them all. Okay, so I have both documents here, and one is called Tiered Bow Rework and Bow Buff, and one is called Major Balance Changes. So let's look at this one first. They're working on a new sub-attack system and a dash index thing. As with all new tech, it looks like it will be used for the new Kensei SD, so no one will see it for a couple of months, even after release. Sub-attacks are essentially allowing each projectile to have its own customization. Damage, range, even burst accelerating stuff. Up until now, every shot of a weapon has to have the same settings. The projectile can also have multiple shots, just that it has to follow the same customization. This is very interesting, and this allows weapons to have more unique abilities, having different bullets that do different stuff. Very cool. Looks like it's going to be useful for up-and-coming endgame items in RotMG. They're saying also here, balance changes. We have an XP bonus buff, and tier 14 weapons will finally be 8% XP bonus, with 1% starting from tier 7 instead of tier 8. That's very nice, and that just seems reasonable to have 8% XP bonus, because I think there are some weapons right now who has not a single item for a weapon, or that might have changed with the Warmonger being released. Tiered Katana buff. Most katanas got a flat damage buff. For tiered, tier 0 went from 25 to 75 to 30 to 35. Tier 0 went from 25 to 70 to 30 and 75. And tier 14 went from 165 to 210, 270 to 225. So a little nice buff there for tiered katanas. Experimental ring nerf. It's only the nerf. So that's Expo. So it's a small nerf of the Expo, which is very sad, because Expo is actually one of my favorite rings, because it was a very nice ring back in the day when you played and you didn't have a pet, for example. Then we have a buff to the Ray Katana of 10 damage. Insane, Nigel says. We have a candy coated armor buff, so minus 10 dexterity was before, now it's only minus 5. That's nice. So if you want to have a tanky armor, if you don't have a better armor like the breastplate of New Life, you could use the CC now. Amplitude and frequency change both are 0.55, and that's on the Solemn Blade, so that's nice, I guess. The Cutlass doesn't give minus defense anymore. Dokunoken, just a little bit more damage. Valentine reskin tiered weapons buffed from tier 9 reskins to tier 11 reskins. That's nice. Voidblade does 50 more max damage. Murky Toxin is buffed as well. We have Helm of the Swift Bunny, which is buffed as well. No cooldown, so that's interesting. Queen Stinger, oh, finally. Nice, we have a 25 damage increase at the minimum damage, so that's really nice. But it's armor piercing, so it will just do more damage overall. Honeytomb Snare cooldown is reduced. Jade Storm spell is buffed. 175 MP was a lot, so now it's costing only 125. Then we have the Kasikiri. Rate of fire is increased by 5%. Penetrating blast spell, it's it now uses 6 circle turns shots instead of 20 bombed ones. Damage also went from 60 to 90, 300 to 400. How circle turn would work with an ability is mystery. Okay. Holy Fire Tome is buffed. The Reiko Katana is buffed, I think. That's a Katana. Yeah, it's the one that comes with the Secluded Ticket ST set. Okay, it's a lot of items. Now I'm just going to say the items. We have the Daybreak Chakram, got a buff. Quiver of Shrieking Spectres, got a buff. Blade of Assaillant, got a buff. Quartz Cutter, buff. Kirtsukuru, buff. Not sure what that is. Tide Turn the Trident is buffed. Centaur Shielding, buff. That's interesting. So it's plus 13 defense now instead of plus 10. That's nice. Soldier's Side is Armor Piercing. Quiver. The delay before accelerating is halved. Candy Katana buff. We have Seal of Cubic Condora. No extra stats. Now has 50 plus HP and 3 defense. That's nice. Archangel's Judgment got a buff. Seraphim's Guard got a buff. Valor got a buff. Dusky Catalyst got a buff. Instead of it silencing you for 1 second, it silences you for 0.4 seconds. So that's a nice buff for that weapon. And we have the Safe of the Deep got a buff as well. And here we have a small vote, and a lot of people really like this. So yeah, it doesn't seem to be any like shocking rework, but just nice rework overall. But now let's look at the tiered bow rework and buff. So here we can see the new sprites for the tiered bows. Ain't these amazing? I love these. I think these are so much better, and I really like that they look like a real bow now instead of just like a Cupid's bow. I don't know what to say, but looking here, we have the fire bow that looks nice. Here we have the double bow. And here we start with, that's, what? What is this? Tier 1, or tier 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's the tier 7? Of course, I'm stupid. They've reworked their heavy crossbow, so now it's not a heavy crossbow anymore. That's why I was confused. Of course, that was yeah, stupid me. Then we have the covert havens, and then we have the tier 13, and the tier 14 bow is probably changed as well. But let's look at the changes. Tiered bow rework. The changes are every tier is 3 shots now, so no heavy crossbow, as I said. The one middle shot does more damage and pierces. The 2 side shots do less damage and pierce, but also armor pierce. Arc graph has been slightly lowered from 8 to 7. Range is exact the same. So it looks like it will have 1 middle shot that will do more damage, and then 2 at the other left and right will do a little bit less and armor pierce. The projectiles are classified as the middle one being large and the 2 side being small, as seen on the sprites. Yeah, these are the small arrows being shot. And good luck with the DPS charts on this. So yeah, here are the different like this is the large bullet, and then these are the 2 small arrows being shot. Bow buffs. The classes themselves had no changes yet, maybe. Doom bow got a buff of 100 damage. That's nice. Coral bow got a buff of 10. Thousand shot got a buff as well. Leaf bow has had a buff. Just 5 damage more. Bow of the Void, I'm looking forward to this. It's only 5 maximum damage and 10 minimum damage, but I guess it's a little bit nicer. Deathless Crossbow got a buff as well. Rate of fire is 100% now. Virginia Bow, rate of fire is 100%. The Harp damage is increased, that's really nice. I really like the Harp, so that's nice. Resplendent Bow is increased. Warmonger damage is also increased by 5, so not that much. And the new Hailstorm ST bow is also increased. So the tiered bow rework exceeds my expectations. I think I can agree on that. I'm just loving overall the whole rework here, and hopefully they can do the same to daggers, because I think the daggers in the game right now is a little bit boring. So having a dagger rework at the end of the year would be really nice. I think this will come before summer. It looks like it's almost done. They're doing this new the new tech, the sub attack, which can make a weapon shoot different bullets, and that's very interesting and opens a lot of opportunity for Deca to do better or more interesting weapons in the future. You have to excuse me if I'm a little bit tired. I took my third booster shot today and my arm is starting to get a little bit tired, and it's hurting a little bit, but I'm pretty fine. But what do you think about this change of the bows and also the balance changes? I think these are great, and it wasn't any disappointing change. It wasn't that many nerfs, I think. So yeah, I'm happy with this change, and it makes the tier bows a little bit better, hopefully. Don't forget to join my giveaway, and I will see you in the next video that will be posted pretty soon. And like the video, subscribe, and bye bye.